Good day, I'm meteorologist Ray Jefferson from the Fleetweather Ocean Routing Center in New York. The time is currently 7:45 GMT on January 6, 2023, and this is the latest update for the North Atlantic Ocean. We have a very active northern storm and gale track, as is normal for Northern Hemispheric winter, and that pattern will continue as we'll see throughout this discussion. Currently, we have a gale system to the very northwest of the British Isles, as well as a complex gale system with lows at the very northern end of the North Atlantic Ridge, as well as a low pressure center over the Labrador Sea. Our gale system to the northwest of the British Isles will move toward the northeast, and our complex gale system will consolidate into one broad storm force system by 12Z today. This system is expected to move slowly to the east and northeast, bringing some adverse conditions, strong to near gale winds, as well as some rough to very rough and even some occasionally high seas to the Bay of Biscay and towards the mouth of the English Channel. These conditions are expected to persist as the system continues to move towards the northeast for about 48 hours or so, even strengthening winds towards gale force winds, particularly near the mouth of the English Channel. As that system continues to move to the northeast and begins to allow conditions to ease off of the northeast North Atlantic, we can see that we have development of a complex gale system to the south of Greenland, the associated cold front sweeping across the central Atlantic and towards the northeast Atlantic. This is the pattern that will continue over the next several days and even several weeks as our complex system begins to consolidate into a storm and moves off to the northeast, again bringing some adverse conditions to the northeast Atlantic, again the Bay of Biscay and the mouth of the English Channel. We have by the 11th at 0Z a new gale system that's developing off of the North American East Coast. That system not expected to become complex, but nonetheless will reinforce the adverse conditions expected again in the northeast Atlantic by the 12th at 0Z. Again, gale force winds and rough to very rough seas in that region. Again, behind that system, we can see development of a complex gale system south of Greenland across the Labrador Sea. We also have development of a gale system off of the southeast United States. The high pressure expected over North America, as well as the high pressure across the Azores, is going to cause this gale system to consolidate into almost a frontal system. Don't be fooled though, although it may be very condensed, it's still very strong. We still have storm force winds indicated here by the 13th at 12Z. We have our complex low that is now developed into a complex storm system in the North Atlantic, and the cycle continues as that system becomes very multi-centered, expected by the 14th at 0Z, but nonetheless continues to move towards the northeast and bringing adverse conditions to much of the North Atlantic, but also towards the northeast Atlantic. So as we jump back to present and we just kind of roll through our time sequence here, we can see that adverse conditions are expected across much of the North Atlantic, particularly in the east, over the entire forecast period. That would leave very little room for any GC routes to and from Northern America and Northern Europe. So most of those routes will likely drop further down to the south and then move across in a rumline fashion across the North Atlantic, and then again swinging north once they reach towards their destination. That will conclude our latest update for the North Atlantic Ocean. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on LinkedIn to receive the latest weather and routing news. Once again, this is meteorologist Ray Jefferson from the Fleetweather Ocean Routing Center. Stay connected and safe.